This is an entire aisle in the grocery store of unedible food. What I mean by unedible is it's bioengineered to link unconscious parts of your brain with a reward system that makes you crave these foods. Which this large list of ingredients right here, you can call it addiction or dependency, but this large list of ingredients is what is causing the problems. Now, if you live in the United States of America, you can see this aisle is a bunch of snacks and then just pure bread carbohydrate. The rest of this aisle is some sort of caffeine and or tea, and then we have peanut butters and sugars. Out of every peanut butter on the entire shelf, you have this one, which is one ingredient, not bioengineered. You come across the other American companies and you see hydrogenated vegetable oil, but really, there's your sugar, oil, salt. The sugar, oil, salt you can see in potato chips, which in this case carbohydrates, oil, salt, or in something with a larger list of ingredients, oil, salt, sugar. These taste really great to your taste buds, but don't feed your gut bugs. So when a lot of people ask the question, why are Americans so, American? It's our diets. You can see this entire aisle is nothing but soda and sugar. So look at food this way. When we taste something, it sends a signal to our brain where we say, wow, this is great. And then we really just don't chew and we swallow it. And after that, all those ingredients are sitting in your gut. So for instance, when you see juice, well, do you know that it's really just 2% or 3% juice? Sometimes it's 1% juice. Then you really start looking at this and say, American company, corn oil, high fructose corn syrup, like what is even this made of? Does anybody know what neotame is? So once again, an aisle of sugar, nothing edible. Water filled with additional ingredients that really don't do anything for you. Then you start looking at the reality. $5 for this. Or $2.97 for that. Or $1.89 for this giant thing. You start realizing that cost is technically associated with health when you're shopping in these aisles. You end up in the ice cream aisle where it's just sugar and oil. And when you really start to pay attention, you know this isn't food. It's just bioengineered food, sugar, 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 4 different sugar modifiers. That's crazy. This entire food is sugar and things that bind together the sugar plus the food coloring. That's crazy. Gum, gum, gum. So now, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. John Harvey Kellogg created this and coined the phrase back in the day when we used to go to our radios to say, well, what's the new thing on health? Now we have independent research where, hey, I lived my whole life consuming food like this. No. You start asking yourself, why is all the food coming from New Jersey? Why is all the food filled with oil, sugar, and salt? Why does humanity, knowing alcohol causes cancer and reproductive harm, still consume it? You're able to derive one conclusion. It makes you feel something. When you drink just water, how do you feel? They've created a large illusion of choice, and here we are to show you. There's your carbohydrates, there's your oil, there's your salt. Over here in America, yeah, we are in trouble. Because the information box is showing us things like, this is insane. They market to us gigantic size of nutrients we don't even need, and food coloring. There's your sugar, there's your oil, there's your salt. Once again, an entire aisle of just unedible food. It starts getting really interesting when your fruit companies have to add red 3 for the cherries to be red. All I want everyone to understand is if you are what you eat, do not eat bioengineered food. It literally links together unconscious centers of your brain with a reward system that causes you to eat more and more often. You'll always be able to notice there's at least one or the other. There's sugar and salt. Here's another product variation, sugar and salt. And here's another product variation of bioengineered food. There's your sugar, there's your salt, and there's your oil. So I think one of the reasons America doesn't want this application is because I teach people how to do that. And you can see right there, all next to each other, sugar, oil, and salt. And honestly, they add it in there multiple times. Like there's more sugar, oil, and modifiers, high fructose corn syrup, salt, sugar. It's crazy. But always remember, it's not what you see. As I know you see vegetable oil right there. It's what you know about what you see. Because technically a soybean is a vegetable. But where's the avocado oil? I see canola oil here, and I see a giant thing of canola oil here. It's interesting nowadays. There's your oil next to your pure sugars. So if they do get rid of this app, all I've ever wanted you to learn is this. Large corporation, 99% chance they put a bunch of ingredients you don't even need that's bioengineered to taste great. It does not feed your gut microbiome, therefore it will not feed your brain. And it's on every end cap in America. And they all contain the same ingredients. There's your salt, there's your high fructose corn syrup, there's your corn syrup, there's your sugar. Well, I guess that's all. And speaking of our childhood, I don't know about you, but I grew up on these. And I got a little bit older and said, high fructose corn syrup. Okay, that's why they tasted good. Vegetable oil. Okay. That's why they tasted good. There's the salt. Uh-oh. You know, I never ate salads, but I did kind of think to myself, why do people like salads so much? And I said, there's some vegetable oil in there. Okay. There's your sugar and salt. So when in doubt, flip it about, and hey, look, one ingredient. I have a sneaky suspicion this isn't a pie. Oh, yep, it's a pie, for sure. Derived from bioengineering. Ooh, probably tastes great. So remember, if you live in America, taste of the Super Bowl, official sponsors of the Super Bowl. Sugar and oil, food coloring, high fructose corn syrup. Yeah, great. And every time I've ever said this after a video, it just never reaches anybody, but look at the homeostasis diet school. Go here, go in the profile, check it out. There's a 172-page paper written by a gut restoration dietitian, a microgreens grower, an actual dietitian to teach you how to eat properly, the 50 Brain Cell Challenge, books, lists, and everything you need. And once you learn about sugar linked to brain-derived neurotrophin factors, or the food colorings that are banned in other countries, you'll then understand why every American company is filled with sugar, oil, and salt. It does not nourish you. It just manipulates you into chewing it, feeling like it tastes great, creating a feedback loop of unconscious behavior that causes you to continuously consume these generation after generation after generation. No one taught me these thoughts to think when I was growing up, so now you have them for you. And everything that I needed that didn't exist for me now exists for you. Check it out.